Welcome back, everybody. Did you know that there are many resources available if you know someone who's struggling with addiction and substance abuse? Well, Colton's Journey to Liberation and Kiwanis International are presenting the second annual Colton's Cause Memorial Benefit that lets people know all about those resources. And we're going to tell you why. Here with details, we have founder Rebecca Barnell and her daughter Stephanie Fitzpatrick. Your son was Colton.
He was.
Who we lost to this. Your brother was Colton. So ladies, first of all, this is great. Here's to hear you're working on the second annual. It would have been so easy not to do anything. And you stepped up and said, you know what? Colton had a problem with this. There's going to be other people who don't know what the resources are. We're going to make sure everybody knows who those people are in Western New York who can help.
Well, that's exactly right. When Colton died, he had just relapsed. And he came to me at work. I work at the Buffalo stamping plant, and he came to me at work that day. He had just gotten a job there as well. And he had told me he had planned his suicide for that day.
Gosh.
So many times Colton had thought of suicide. He fought this so courageously for over 10 years. We as a family worked hard to find solutions. He was in and out of rehabs. Of course, he did all the horrible things that other people do when they're suffering with addiction, and he did so many amazing things. It is amazing what people do to survive this disease. So he came, and instead of committing suicide that day, we went to ECMC, and he happened to know exactly what he had to have in his system so he could not be turned away, where we had been turned away so many times before. They kept him for 7 days. He detoxed. He got out. And a day and a half later, he passed away. Actually had an arrhythmia caused by the relapse and just the rundown part for him, for his body. And we were able to keep him going for an extra day, and he was able to save 4 lives with his organs, 3 units. And that process at the end of his life, we knew we were going to do something right away for awareness. We didn't know exactly what it was going to be, and after 6 months of him being gone, I really didn't know if I could do it. I was so okay with the fact that he doesn't suffer, but we still have to live without him.
Yes. And
I'm not saying I'm okay with that. I'm so grateful that he doesn't go through this. He was so amazing. He was so beautiful, and he suffered so much. So around January of last year, 2017, I'm like, well, it's either now or never. So we started getting ready to do a benefit, which immediately turned into starting an organization. There's so much information I found out after he died about where we could have gone for help. Organizations that are out there trying to help us. We as Erie County actually offer so many things that nobody knows about.
Why don't you think you knew? What do you think about that?
I just think communication and collaborations are hard. Everything is in silos, and the information, when you go to the hospital, they don't tell you about all these agencies that, well, we can't help you today, but you can try all these other places. And when you go to rehabs, we can't help you today, but check out all the, nobody's sharing each other's information.
And that's what we're going to do with this benefit.
Oh, that is what we are here for.
And Stephanie, how many years apart were you from Colton?
We were 5 years apart.
5 years apart. What a wonderful legacy that you're the president of this foundation now.
Yes.
So you can continue to do this work in his honor.
Yes, it's awesome to be able to have him live on. I mean, it means everything to me. And through our organization, I got the job that I have now, which is at Addict to Addict. And that's another organization that helps people that are struggling with addiction and helps family members that are also struggling because it's a family disease. And we have support groups all over Buffalo, and it's just awesome that we get to link all these people together now that we finally know about these resources.
And maybe we say Stephanie's also a college student?
Yes.
So you have a very full plate.
Yeah, I'm going to be a junior at UB.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about this great event that you've got going on. It's Saturday, everybody, June 9th at the Erie County Fairgrounds in the Grange building. Lovely building.
Oh my gosh, gorgeous.
Yep, from 4 to 8 p.m. And you know what, folks? It's going to be fun. Live music, entertainment, food, speakers, vendors, silent auction, and all importantly, resources. These people from these other agencies will be available to talk with you.
Yeah, we're there to be their commercial. We're there to show people who they are and what they do. And a lot of it is holistic, and a lot of it is just medical, and a lot of it is people. And people that don't know about us, that want to share their information, all they have to do is reach out so we can help them share it. And we want people to know who they are.
For tickets, you can go to this website, but your information is on that website as well. CJTOL stigmas.com.
Yes. Correct.
So if we have parents, grandparents, loved ones who are also, you're spinning because you don't know where to get the right information, by all means you can start at the website that they instituted, so you can go ahead and get those answers. But certainly you can meet the people behind those agencies when you go this weekend.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's going to be so amazing. It's so about, and it's so much more about the beginning and not just the end of suicide and addiction starts somewhere else. And those are the things, I mean, there's people with OCD and anxiety and depression, and they don't know where to turn, and their families don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. And then it leads to, and then bullying. We actually have a bullying table there to, so people can actually start understanding what that does to people. Mm-hmm. There's going to be information about food and healthy eating, about how that affects your brain and the neurological part of this. And food is a huge part of that.
Yeah. Especially
when you're relapsing.
You know, it's like I said at the beginning of the segment, everybody would have understood if you just grieved. But it's amazing. We have so many people in Western New York who are angels who come forward after a tragedy like this, losing your son, losing your brother, and say, what can we do to alleviate the suffering of somebody else?
His life was worth so much. His life was worth so much. He was here to teach us, and we're taking that lesson on the road. That's what it's for. We didn't go through 10 years of suffering. My girls, our family, and everyone that surrounded him, and him for nothing.
Folks, don't forget Colton, but listen, this event is for your loved ones too. So please go to cjtol.com for info. And don't forget, this event is happening Saturday, June 9th at the Erie County Fairgrounds in the Grange building from 4 to 8 p.m. Yes, please go, you are invited.